Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody today on this beautiful Sunday? I hope you're having a good day. I am. What did I do today? I took it easy a little bit this morning because I've really had a busy week and I didn't sleep much the night before. And then I did some yard work, went to Home Depot, that kind of stuff. What's the weather like by you? It's really warm here. It was, I don't know what the temperature got to today, but I'd say it was 85, could be 90 degrees. Okay, I shared it to the group. Okay, and I just went live on Instagram. Okay, today we are going to be making these scrapbook layouts, and let me show them to you as I'm waiting for people. Hi, Julie. This is the first layout, and let's see. This is the second layout. Hi, Diana. You have storm warnings? Oh boy. That's my third layout. It was beautiful here. I don't know if we have warnings or not. I don't think we have warnings now, but I don't know if anything's coming, like tomorrow. Um, I hope not, because apparently last week they didn't take my lawn bags because it rained, and when they picked up the lawn bags, the next morning, um, the bottom was wet and kind of broke open, and so they left them all there. So then I had to go, and that's one of the things I did at Home Depot today is I went and got new lawn bags, dumped the old ones into the new ones. The problem is, we have stickers that you put on the lawn bags. I don't know if everybody does that, but you have to buy stickers to put on them for them to pick it up. So then I have to figure out what to do with those stickers because I couldn't use the lawn bags. I think I'm going to use my my ATG and stick them to the new bags. I want you guys to craft along with me today. So I recommend picking out some cardstock and picking out some paper. Okay. So get that ready while I tell you a little bit about it. So this this scrapbook layout, sticker lifter. Yeah, that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to use some of my undo and then glue it onto the new bags. Um, so this layout, this two-page layout, well, let me see the original one that the one that's in on the this is the one that's in the description or the directions. Okay, so at our team meeting, and by team I mean, okay, so my upline is Sigrid. Some of you might know Sigrid, right? My upline is Sigrid, and Sigrid's upline is Tina. And when Tina came over, she was a high level person and close to my heart. When she came over to Stampin' Up, she had to sign up under somebody, and she signed up under the Clumpin' Stampers. And so this lady has a lot of training for people. So just FYI, if you are thinking about becoming a Stampin' Up demonstrator, talk to me, because the team that I'm on, they do so much training, or at least it's available. Like, you don't have to do everything, but they have all of this stuff available. They have challenges. They have um things like this. Like, so what I'm saying is this layout came from a team meeting. Every team meeting, they generally have business talk. Like, I think they were talking about customer service, like how to deliver good customer service to your customers. And then they have a creative activity, and this was a creative activity. So she showed this versatile scrapbook layout that you can use in a lot of different ways and make a lot of pages with it. With the same measurements, the same cutting, the same everything. So I tried it, and I literally couldn't stop. You see, I did three three layouts, and I have more to do. So and this was part of the team training, and this instructions that she gave, it says, note, this idea was found on Beth Baller's YouTube channel. So I don't really know who Beth Baller is, but thank you, Beth, for your participation in this. That's not the person who did it on the team um, the team meeting. Okay, so this is what you need. For one 2-page layout like this, you need 2 pieces of the cardstock and 2 pieces of pattern paper. That's all that you use. Well, I mean, my letters are um, cut out of something different, but to make the base layout, you need 2 cardstock and 2 pattern paper. I used Wildly Flowering. Okay, so if you have a pack of designer series paper, you can make 6 2-page layouts. Okay, so out of this pack, I am making 6 2-page layouts, and there is no like waste pieces. There's no scrap pieces. You use everything. Okay. And then any decorations or anything like that is obviously, you know, extra beyond that. But okay. So grab 1 pack of designer series paper, and I'm gonna try to make 3 layouts, but we'll see how fast it goes because I talk a lot. So um okay, and then you're going to need the cardstock to go with this. I used the 2023-2025 in color pack, which is sadly no longer available because it's a 2023-2025, and um it was, while supplies last or whatever. But why I use this is because all of the colors in here could be used, they're the colors that go with this paper. So this paper was part of the 2023-2025, in color sort of collection. So that's why I'm using this. Okay. Actually, let me tell you what the colors are. Okay, this one is Moody Mauve, Boho Blue, Copper Clay. Now really there's no copper clay in this that I can see. Wild Wheat, so this kind of green is Wild Wheat. Pebbled Path. And I don't know, Very Vanilla is in here, so I don't know if that was one of the ink colors or if it just came out in that year, but so if you want to do something similar, find a pack that has the 2025, 2027 ink colors, and then use the paper pack. Okay, or you just use what you have in your stash. Like you could use boho blue if you had a pack of boho blue, and you can make them all boho blue, or whatever. You can use very vanilla or basic white or whatever. Okay. Now, when you're picking out your papers, to make this the most versatile, you should pick out a pack of paper that is basically non-directional. Okay, because what happens is why it's so versatile is that, like on this page, I made the scrapbook layout like this, but then in the next one, it's the same layout, but you see how I turned it upside down? Let's compare these. See, they look different, but basically it's the same exact layout. Okay, it's the same layout, but since I turned it upside down, it looks different. Okay, so if you're using paper that is like directional, that might mess it up. You didn't get a notification, Vicky? Sorry. I'm just talking a little bit about this. So you need to go grab your paper so you can scrapbook some pages and get a lot done. I'm going to try to make 3 layouts. And what I was saying is if you get 1 pack of designer series paper, it's a 12 pack, you can make 6 2-page layouts. Okay, and then you'll need cardstock to go with it. But when you pick out your paper, obviously use something that doesn't have directional pages. So I did that. This is really how I ended up using these papers, because this whole pack is, there's no direction to it, right? You can use it any direction. Let me get a pack to show you what I'm talking about. Sorry, I was looking for a specific pack. The paper that I believe it was with Celebration, you could get that floral design paper. It's like all over floral. It is 12 by 12. That one I think you could use, but I couldn't find it. But for instance, if you use this paper, well, ignore the cuttings out, but if you use this paper, if you turned it, sideways or this way, then your drinks are going to be upside down, right? So you don't want to do that. And then even I looked at this paper because I thought, well, this, you could do that with this paper. But then some of the paper, I feel like, like this one, the leaves would be kind of upside down if you turned it. So you want something that you can use, all the way around. Although if there are, say, 2 or 3, oh, I guess it would have to be 2 or 4 papers that don't have direction, then just use that out of the pack, and right, you can get as many as you want out of that pack. You don't have to use every single one, but like this one, again, this one, it wouldn't be able to turn it every direction. You could still use it. You just have to be careful in how you use it, especially if the backside is more general. Like this one you could use because it doesn't matter which direction. So yeah, you could use this one. This one you could use and use the pieces that are in the right orientation with this side up, and then the other pieces, with this side up. So just so I'm clear about the kind of paper that you're using. That's what Julie said, Vicky. So you guys stay safe. So okay, so this is the one layout that we're using, and like I said, this is the original layout. So I made this. This was the first scrapbook layout that I made. And then I did the same cutting, it's actually the same layout. But when I put the pictures on, I turned the page. Like this is the same one, but it's turned 180 degrees. And then this one is this one is turned 180 degrees also. Okay. But it's the same exact layout. But doesn't it look different? It looks different because it's different colors and it's different orientation, you know. So doing a scrapbook like this, you can get it done really, really fast. If you pick a theme, like pick this paper pack, like so I could do my whole album in this paper pack. Obviously, I would probably have to get a couple packs of it because I took, I don't know how many pictures, 5,000 pictures or something on my last visit, my last England trip. Although what I like about this is it kind of I stuck to like 3 pictures for each of these topics. Like this is Jane Austen's cottage that we went to. This is her writing desk that Jane Austen wrote her books on. This is the quilt that she made with her sister. And then this is the house. This one we went to Winchester, which is where she died. This is the house that she died in. We toured the house. And this is a poem that she wrote. It's in her own handwriting, and this house is number 8 College Street. And then while we were there, they had an unveiling of this new Jane Austen sculpture in her like hometown. There's me and Vicky by the sculpture. This is Jane Austen's 5th great niece, and this is a sculptor. This is Jane Austen's 4th great nephew. She was the last generation to live in the family's big house. Then they sold it. And this, like I said, this is a sculptor. This is the mayor of the city. So, okay, you guys ready to get started? You have your paper. I'm trying to talk so you have time to get your paper ready. Just grab 2 sheets of pattern paper and 2 sheets of cardstock. So I'm going to so I'm trying to just put these together. Okay, I'm going to use these 2 together, and then these 2 together. Okay, and then you need 2 pieces of cardstock. Let's see what I have left for cardstock. So I've got this one, and then I do have copper clay, but I don't think there's any copper clay in this. And then there's the gray. So I think I'm going to I'll use the wild wheat probably with this set because it's got the wild wheat in it. I will use, so these are the other ones. So I think I'll use these 2 pieces with this one because it's got the Moody Mauve in it. And so I will use the gray, and what did I call this gray? Let's see, pebbled, I think it's pebbled, yeah, pebbled path. I'll use pebbled path. Like I said, this came in the 2023-2025 in color 12 by 12 pack. Let me check on Instagram if there's any questions for real quick. Hi, Miss Ginger Dots. I talked about you a little bit ago. Okay, so I'm going to use these two. So let's take your first designer series paper. I'll take this one. I'm going to cut on this one. That's cut 2 3-inch strips. So this is how easy it is. I'm going to cut 2 3-inch strips. And then we're going to rotate the paper. And then I'm going to cut 2 4-inch pieces. And so really you end up with three 4-inch pieces. Okay. So this paper, there's 2 3-inch pieces and 3 pieces that are 4 by 6. Okay, so that's the first one. And then this one, we're going to cut 2 1-inch strips. And then we're going to rotate the paper. And we're going to cut at the 5-inch mark. Okay, and then we're done cutting. Okay, so out of this paper, we have 2 1-inch pieces, and then 1 piece that's 5 by 10, and then 1 piece that's 7 by 10. And so this is all you need. Like I said, there's no waste in it. You're using everything. And all of those layouts, those 6 layouts are out of these papers. Okay. So now what you're going to do is you're going to put the 1-inch pieces on the end, and you can put it any way you want. For right now, I'm going to put it like this. Before you glue anything down, just kind of play around. And then your 3-inch pieces go here. Okay. And then the 7-inch piece goes here. I might use that side. And then the 5-inch piece goes here. Okay, and then these are going to go, you know, here and here and here. And now you can play around. You know, you could say, okay, this what happens if I turn this way? And then, I don't know, let's put this here. I don't quite like that as well because I don't like these two right on top of each other. So I'm going to kind of put it back like this. And we could keep it like this. Hey, Don. Well, I'm going to do this again so you didn't miss anything. I'm going to try and make 3 layouts. Okay, so we have it like this. I could put this. Should I put these here? Do we like the 2 side by side? I want the flowers on them. I think this looks a little bit too blah. Let's see what happens when you do it like that. That's the same one. Okay, I think I like it like this because then the pictures will show. I'm just not sure about these. Give me your vote. Should we use the plain brown side or should we use the blue floral side? You guys vote. "25 minutes in." Maybe it's the storms that the internet's bad. Floral, the blue floral or the brown plaid? What do you think? Yeah, plain side? Okay. Let's do the plain side. Okay. And also what you could do is cut all of the pieces. You know, I could cut like these ones here if I wanted to, and then mix and match, right? I'm just trying to keep it simple to show you that two pattern papers and two cardstocks, you can make a whole layout. Okay, so let's do this one. And let's just tape them all down. Okay, Diana says brown side too. Okay, so good. Okay, we'll put that there. This is one of my favorite papers up here, so I really want to use that. Uh-oh. Oh, you guys didn't come here to see me mess with that, so I'll use this. Okay, and then put this one up here. Okay, and then the 7-inch paper. And what's another good thing about this paper pack is that, you know, there's floral on one side and then this really kind of neutral, you know, background. So I really love paper that has differences, right? Like distinct from one side to the other. Okay, so let's put this down on here. Now these are 4x6, so you will have to, oh gosh, look at this. This is out too. Hold on. Will you guys believe that that was my last refill? I went to Michael's today just in case I needed it. It's a good thing I did. Otherwise, you'd be watching me thread my ATG. Okay. Would it be one of my lives if I didn't run out of adhesive? Have I ever run out of two adhesives? I don't know. This might be a record. Although my record, I think, is the one Stampin' Scrapbook Expo where I think I borrowed adhesive from every single person at my table. I brought a lot, but apparently not enough. And the store was closed, or you know, the Stampin' Scrapbook vendors, they were closed. So I couldn't even go buy some more. Okay. Okay. Okay, this piece it down. And then, you know, once you make these and get, you know, good at it, if you're trying to keep it, you know, to a theme, like if you really are trying to make the whole album, you know, out of the same papers and that, like if you don't have 4x6 pictures, but you want to do like 3x4s and that, you can start playing around with it. You know, I'm keeping it right now for you, um, just with the general layout. And then this goes kind of here. And I did print out pictures, guys. Yes, that is a true story. Okay. This is when we went to um, Dorset, and there was this Jane Austen Down to the Sea. Oh, you know, okay. Down to the Sea exhibit where they showed what it was like um, when the people in the Regency era went to the seaside. And I really liked the clothing. Like this is what they wore at the seaside. It really was like a fashion parade. Okay, so now here comes the magic of this layout. So this is how it's the original layout is, right? Just like this one. Oh no, wait. That's not the right one. Okay. Okay, so this is the same layout as this one. One portrait and then two landscape. Now for this one, I am going to turn this like this, and then I'm going to turn this one like this. So now I kind of have this, the brown going across the top, and then this floral across here, and then I've got one landscape and two portrait. So I have these and these. One thing is that these mats are 4x6. So you have to trim your pictures down a little bit. So let's trim these down. I took off basically a 1/4 inch from both sides. Let's take a 1/4 inch from there. And then I think I'm going to take 1/8 of an inch off the top and bottom. Just depends on the picture, you know. Okay, so this one's going to go here. This one, ooh, this one is not maybe the best because I'm going to cut her head off, but I'll take a 1/4 inch from there. And then 1/4 inch from the top. And then this one, I'm going to take 1/8 inch off of both sides. And then I think take a 1/4 off the top. Okay, so I'll put these here. You guys, I came prepared with my pictures and everything. Can you believe it? Well, I'm trying to make this one pack with these papers, all my Jane Austen pictures. And I think I exhausted it. All my Jane Austen pictures in 6 layouts. Okay, here we go. Okay, now at this point, you could put a title. I think a title would be cute across here. You could put a title here, like I did. Not this one. On this one, I put the title in this space here. here I put it in the space down here. So you get the point. You could journal here, you could put the title here. You can add another picture here if you wanted to. I could add like a 3x4 picture here. It's really up to you, but hopefully you see kind of the versatility. This looks different than those other ones, right? This doesn't look the same as any of these, right? Even though it's the same layout, right? It's this very same layout, but these all look very different. And you can even put it like with the two pictures on this side and then this one here. This would work perfectly well too, right? So I didn't cut out all the words and all that because that wasn't the important thing. I'll do that later. I wanted to show you the process. Okay, so then I would go on to decorate this. You could add a title, you could add journaling, you could add flowers, ephemera, whatever you want. Okay, now let's do the next one. Okay, let's see. So I'm going to use this paper and this cardstock. I don't know, but I feel like I lost. Oh, here it is. Okay, so this is the paper. Okay. So let's go again. So Don, if you missed me cutting the cutting directions, I'm going to do them again. The main point is for each of the 2-page layouts, you need 2 pieces of designer series paper that are non-directional. Okay, and that you can turn. Or if they are directional, you just have to be careful in your placement because as soon as you start turning the pages like I just did, your paper can be upside down. Okay, so once you do a few of these, you'll know how to cut it. Okay, so let's do this first one, and this one I'm going to do 1 inch 1-inch pieces. So you cut 2 1-inch pieces. Okay, and then we're going to rotate it and cut at 5 inches. So with this first paper, I have 2 1-inch by 12 pieces, a 5 by 10, and a 7 by 10 piece. Okay, and then with the other one, you cut 2 3-inch pieces. Okay, and then you rotate it and cut 4 inches and 4 inches. Okay, so on your second piece, you have 2 3-inch by 12 pieces and then 3 4 by 6 pieces. Okay, and then we start with our just laying the paper down, and then we'll mess around until we like it. So the 2 1-inch pieces there. You've got the 2 3-inch pieces here. I kind of like the light side. Here's the other side. I think I'm going to do this side. Well, we'll see. Again, I'm going to just put it down how I think first, and then we'll play around with it. Okay, and then you have this and this. And then this, and this. Okay, so let's see. This is really kind of busy. So let's turn this one over. I don't know. I love this side. I think I'm gonna do it like that. And then let's turn this one over and do it like that. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is this the one? This look okay? So I do think it's important to have paper that's got, like, a busy side and a not so busy side, and ones that coordinate with each other. Okay. Or, like I said, you could cut, if you're going to do, I'm doing 3 layouts right now, so I could cut all 3 of them and then just mix and match which of the papers that I want. Like maybe I want to use these 2 on the next one. But for now, I'm just trying to show you the basics of it. Okay, so I'm going to keep it like this. So we can do the 3rd one and just show you all the different ways we can use this layout. So again, put this on the edge. I think the hardest part of this technique is finding papers that will work. That's why I'm sticking to the two pattern papers and the 2 cardstock, so that it's easier for you. If you're trying to do a whole album and you want everything to coordinate, then you really need to think about the papers that you choose. Because, you want as much of the paper in there to be non-directional and have a nice balance that matches each other, or at least coordinates. And these mats, they might seem busy, but once you put the picture on it, you're only seeing 1/8 of an inch all the way around. So okay, there's that one. Yeah, exactly, Julie. Once the pictures are on, you don't really see it. But what I do love about it is, I mean, you don't have little scraps around, right? I'm literally using all of the pattern paper in this pack. I'm trying to remember the last time I've used like every single piece from a designer series paper. Okay. And then this one goes down here. And I'm just eyeballing them, it doesn't really make a big difference. Okay. And then this one goes here. And again, once you start doing this, if you want to put a picture like that or like this, right? Because you've got 3 landscape or whatever, that's fine. But this process, I'm putting it about at the 2 inches from the edge here. Okay. So remember, this is the basic design. And then for this one, I'm going to turn it this way and this way. So it's kind of opposite of the other one. Now my strips are along the bottom. Whereas the one I just did, I had the strips kind of across the top. So now, let's see, basically it's just a 180 degree from this one. Okay, and let's see, I've got some pictures. These are from the Jane Austen Center. Okay, I'm gonna put, okay, I'm gonna do a flip flap on these ones because I wanted to show you these pictures of me and Mr. Darcy. They had a dress up area where you could dress up. So I dressed up for Mr. Darcy. Here I am with the Jane Austen wax model. I think it was wax model. It's appropriate to height and everything. So you could see she's tall. She's taller than me. I think, Vicky, do you remember? Was she 5'7"? I think they said she was 5'7". Okay. So remember these, we have to cut a little bit. So I'm going to cut these. Like I said, I took a quarter of an inch off on each side, or on the landscape side and then the portrait side total. So these pictures are three, 3 3/4 by 5 3/4. Take maybe 5/8. She's taller than me. So is Mr. Darcy. Look how tall Mr. Darcy is. This is almost like the scene where he's coming out of the lake, because he doesn't have his vest or jacket or anything on. He just has his shirt. Kind of scandalous, don't you think? Okay, let's see. Okay, and then one more. Because I wanted to show you that you can use flip flaps. I'm thinking. No, I haven't tried this. This is on the fly. But okay, these ones are going together, so I'll do those ones last. But this one is going here. You see how fast I'm getting pictures done? You can do a whole album so fast with this process. I'm going to have 6 2-page layouts of my album done just with this one design. And then imagine if you throw in another paper pack, right? I'm going to get more with the other paper pack. So they will look even more different, right? Because I think these all look different, but and I am going to put it on my flip flap onto the page so that you can see. You can also put flip flaps on the page protectors. If you put it like this on the page, then you have to slice an opening to thread this through. Just FYI. Okay. So this is going to have to go here. Let's put the pictures in here first. I want Mr. Darcy to be on the front. And then I want her to be on the bottom. Okay. And FYI, how you hold your fan apparently in Regency time means something. Vicky, do you remember what holding it like this means? Does it mean I'm available or come talk to me or something like that? If you hold your fan like this, it has a meaning. Just FYI. It has a meaning. Okay, so when you put this down, you want to, I'm going to take the, oh shoot, I put this the wrong way that I wanted to do it. Okay, let me change these. Okay, this is how flip flaps work. And there are, like I said, there are two methods of doing flip flaps, but okay. So flip flaps are these little plastic, small memory protectors. It's got a sticky part to it. And what I'm going to do is put this down, but I want to make sure that I'm lining up. You see how this has got like a 1/8 of an inch all the way around? I want this to have the same thing. So be careful how you put it down. Okay. And I am sticking it directly to my page. Again, there are different ways you can use flip flaps. This is one way. And then this one I'm going to stick down onto, and it'll cover up that little plastic sticky part. And then I'm going to put this so that you can't see it right when this comes down. So make sure. Yeah, there you go. There we go. I know. It's amazing really how different they look. I mean, it's the same design, but it's different. And then you can even decorate it different, right? Like if on some of these I put flowers or whatever, and some I don't. Some I like these ones. I took it like I don't know if it's the easy way out, but I mean I just um actually it goes this way. I just put the titles down, and then I journaled a little bit. I did put this, um, so again, I'm not going to do the decorations, but I would put like the Jane Austen Center or something like that, um, and then maybe journal about it, and then I'll look up what the meaning of holding your fan this way is. But talk a little bit about the Jane Austen wax thing. Yeah, I have it on my phone. I have a picture on my phone, but I can't look it up. But, okay, so here's layout 2. So let's compare. Look how that looks. And then this one is totally different. The papers are different. The layout's different because it's rotated, but it's the same cutting pattern, right? So it looks totally different. And then if you want to add more pictures, you could, like I said, add a flip flap if you want to. Or, I could add 2 4x6 pictures here if I wanted to, if I had 2 that were landscape that I wanted. Okay, let's do one more. And then I'll show you all 6. And I'm doing this because I want to finish my Jane Austen pictures. Okay. Um, let's do it. Okay. This one, we're going to do 2 1-inch pieces. Remember, that's the basic design, the first one. Do 2 1-inch pieces. And then rotate, and cut it 5 inches. Okay. So 2 1-inch by 12, a 5 by 10, and a 7 by 10. And then this one, we're going to cut 2 3-inch pieces. And then cut 4-inch 4-inch pieces. And if you use this process, you will have an album done in no time. Plus, if you use the same like paper, like I literally could do all of my pages in with this paper. This paper is still available, by the way. Let me post that. Okay, these papers are available. The cardstock pack is not available. Some of the individual papers might be. I think the boho blue was available the last I checked, but okay, so put those there. I'm gonna put this here. Okay, let's see. I might flip it like this then. I don't know. I think I'm gonna keep it like that. Okay, and then this one goes here. Oh wait, this one goes here, guys. The 7-inch goes here. The 5-inch goes here. Okay, let's see what we think about this. I think let's see how it looks when we do it like this. I think I'm gonna do it like this. Okay. And also, I mean, I could do it like this. I could keep that here and then this here if I wanted to. I think I'm gonna do it like this. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna leave it like that. I do think these are perfect for my Jane Austen pictures. But I will tell you, I went through my stash to look for paper that was non-directional and coordinated well with each other to do this process. And then once I made the first set of pages, then I looked for pictures to use. So that was kind of the process. I didn't say, hey, I want to do my Jane Austen pictures and, find this paper. I started with the paper and then said, these would be perfect for my Jane Austen pictures. Because actually, like, this paper here, I mean, really, let's see, this one, like, if you look in some of the movies, somebody might have had a dress that was, almost like this, because they used sprigged muslin, and sprigged is with these little like sprigs on it. So I think it's perfect for these pictures. Okay, that one's done. Oh, did I mean to do it this way? I think I meant to put it on this side. Oh well. Oh goodness, guys, I used this whole roll. How could that be? Are they putting less on there? I don't feel like I'm being excessive. This is why I like the ATG for scrapbook layouts, because it lasts longer. Oh, now this one's going to be the other way. Oh well. I'm talking and I'm not paying attention. I might go back and change that one. Okay. And this one was going to go this way. Okay. Okay, let's see. And I put this about 1 inch from the bottom. Okay, then this one's gonna go here at about 10 inches over. I don't know, wild wheat isn't my favorite color, but I really do like it in here. And actually, if I were going to create a Jane Austen dress, this print here is one that I would pick. This gold color was fairly popular at the time. So I think it does go with the theme. Hi, Scrap Tea Room. Okay, let's see if I can change this around. Okay. I could use my undo, get some of these off, but my little rub and erase works pretty well. Oh, but some of this, this doesn't work as good on ATG. Works great on the Tombow. Okay, let's see. I could have just left this one side with that color. No problem, but I'm a stickler. Okay, let's see. Almost completely off, guys. Okay, perfect. It's off. Maybe something right there. Okay. Now let's go back and do it this way. And I don't know, maybe I didn't have it this way originally, but okay, there we go. I do need to get my undo out, so I should. Actually, I keep my undo close by, just in case. Oh, and also this one, I was going to show you something else, but okay, let's look. So I'm going to do this one like this. I think all my pictures are vertical, so I'm going to make these all vertical. And then like this. Now I have 4 pictures I want to use because these are that places that Jane Austen lived in Bath. So and I'm going to put them in the order of how posh they were. Most posh, least posh. So she kind of did a downward progression in her housing as they went under more and more hard times until her brother offered them Chawton Cottage. Her brother had inherited a big estate. He was very, very rich. And I mean, basically, he let them suffer until 8 years before she died. So this is where they lived in Bath. They lived here when her father was still alive. When her father died, they moved here while they were looking for someplace to live. And then they moved here as that kind of became too expensive and they realized they couldn't live the way they were previously. And then this one is basically they were living in the gutter. And then at that point, her brother was like, okay, I got to step in and do something. So let's put these here. So I'm hoping to show you that you can, you can use the same basic plan, the same cutting guide. And then if you wanted to add a fourth picture or, whatever, um, you can. You can change the orientation. I didn't change the orientation of how the pictures are on the pages, but you can do that too. The the mats are the same way in all of mine. I just flipped the paper to be, a different orientation so the picture matches. Okay. And so then I'm gonna just put this one here with no matte, or you could matte with a solid color, but again, I'm trying to go with the fact that you just need two cardstocks and two designer series papers to make, one layout. Okay, I'm gonna put this here. And then I could maybe, put a title there. I'll probably put the title here and let the paper. This paper I felt had enough decorations, like it was busy enough that I didn't add a lot of things like stickers or ephemera or stamped images. I let the paper do the talking. The only thing I added was the titles. Okay, so that's all of them. That's 3 layouts. I will go back and put titles on these and journal a little bit, but so this one I showed you, you can add another picture, a different size picture if you want. I added a second picture there. This one was just, the original orientation. I didn't do anything special with that one. This was the first one I showed you. And then this one, I used a flip flap to add more pictures. I don't know if you can see the flip flap. 10 more pictures. Okay, and then these are the ones that I did already. So Jane Austen Cottage in Taunton. This is the cottage that her brother gave her, it didn't give it to her, but he let his mother and 2 sisters live there, rent free, when they moved to the to this place on Trim Street that he didn't think they should be living at because they were really gentlemen, ladies, gentle ladies, so they shouldn't have been living in that sort of condition. This is the original one that I did, so this is really the most basic one, and then this one, it's turned around. So you can see no 2 layouts are the same. All of the orientations are different. It's the same cutting guide, right? A 2-inch, 2 1-inch pieces, and then turn it and cut a 5-inch, and then 2 3-inch pieces, 2 3-inch pieces, and then turn it and then cut 4-inch pieces. And this is the general layout here. Again, thank you for my team for having this idea on the team training. And then thank you to this Beth Baller YouTube channel, who apparently was the original idea for it that my team got it from. But, I have basically, look at all of these layouts that I've done now. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 layouts. So I'll just move these up. 6 layouts. So this is basically, it's a pack of cardstock and a pack of designer series paper. And I've used every part of those to make all of these layouts. So, I mean, you can see how you can very quickly finish a scrapbook layout or a scrapbook album. Like I said, if I bought another pack of this paper, which is available, I would have to find some different background, but I could do my whole album in this. But if I use different papers with the same setup, it's going to look even totally different. Even though these all look different because of their orientations, if you add a different, you know, pack, different paper pack, then you're starting all over and you have another six page, another 6 2-page layouts again. Okay, but again, pick paper out of your paper packs. Like this one would not be the best. However, you could easily, you know, if you just cut these 3-inch pieces and use that as the top, and then, you know, use the back side for the other ones as you turn it around. You can use directional paper. You just have to be strategic in how you use it, right? This paper would be good because it's, you know, non-directional, so it wouldn't matter how you flip it around. This one, again, you would have to be particular in how you use it. Like maybe just use these for the 3-inch, those 3-inch pieces, and or the 1-inch pieces going up and down, right? So you can use any paper, but if it's directional, you have to be a little more you know, explicit in how you're using it so that they're not upside down. Okay, are there any questions? Okay, oh, and I'm glad I didn't forget. I am going to pick a winner for the July sketch challenges. I remembered, guys. I remembered. Okay, wait a minute. These ones I already decorated, so I'm going to put those separately. So these are the ones I decorated. These ones are the ones I need to put titles and such on. I really love how this one came out with that pebbled path. And then I love this one with Mr. Darcy and the flip flap. Okay. Let's see. If you're new to my page, let's see, what's this? I post a sketch. What is going on here? I post a sketch every week. I try to alternate a card sketch, a layout, a scrapbook layout sketch, card sketch, layout sketch. And if you use that sketch and post a picture of it in the comments, I put your name on the board, the spinning the wheel, and I pick a winner at the end of the month, and I send a prize. And I did buy something in England since we are, you know, I'm doing my England pictures. I bought something in England to send. So it's a special prize from England. Okay, you guys ready? So thanks to Don, Julie, Michelle, Diana, Don again, Danielle, Michelle, and Diana. Again, you can get your name on every week. So that's why some people appear more than once. And let's spin. Let's see who's going to get the special prize. Julie, you win. I'm going to send you the special gift. Okay. Next week, what are we doing next week? Okay, next week is, this is the project. My kintsugi, I'm using the kintsugi papers, the kintsugi set, actually the papers, the stamps, and the die cuts, and the embossing folder. And I'm making this, it's a Z-fold pop-out card. Z-fold pop-out card. This is the project for next week. So hope to see you on Sunday for this project. Okay, thanks for joining. See you next week. Bye.